In a moment, I'm going to be sharing my story with you, but please understand that I'm not trying to hurt Uphold or their business in any way. I have no malicious intent whatsoever. However, the idea here is just to make you aware of a few things. Now, in business, everything is great until it's not. That's what contracts and agreements are for, even terms of service agreements on websites. It's to serve both parties as a medium of understanding, right? Now, it all started with a simple email. They asked me to re-verify my identification. And so I did that and regained access to my account. And I thought, hey, that wasn't too bad. That's a small price to pay for a platform that I can trust. And then, just one day later, I received another email asking me to re-verify my identification again. At this point, I started to get concerned that maybe I got hacked or maybe someone tried to steal my identity. I didn't know what was going on. And so I reached out to their support and finally got a response about, I think it was 3 or 4 days later. Well, they basically said, we're reviewing your account and we'll be in touch. Now, I'm paraphrasing here, of course, but that's basically what they told me. And I was like, what in the world? I didn't understand what was going on. All I knew is that my account was locked up and that something wasn't right. Now, keep in mind, they don't tell you anything. They don't give you a reason. So, my funds are now locked up, but they wouldn't tell me why. And they wouldn't tell me how long it would take to resolve the issue. So after nearly 4 weeks, I could see that this was a huge problem. You begin to wonder just how long they plan to hold your funds hostage, right? And then you also start to wonder, how much is this relationship really costing me? I mean, think about this for a moment. Your funds are locked up, but you're also missing opportunities that could be earning you money if your money was in another place. So my case began nearly 4 weeks ago, and I still do not have access to my funds. Now, thankfully, I'm not in a position that I needed to sell, but what if I needed those funds to pay bills or buy food or maybe pay for diapers for a young child? You see, your funds are locked up, folks. Let that sink in. So you might need access to those funds to sell out or to cash out. So this is not a small matter. It's actually a serious issue that can destroy you financially. And, one of the coolest things about the crypto community is that we all tend to stick together and help each other. And, having said that, we cannot allow these exchanges to go unchecked. Now, let's take a step back because I want to be fair here. They do have to combat fraud. These exchanges have a lot of responsibility and, they also have to comply with the law. However, due to the lack of clarity in the crypto space, there really aren't that many laws to protect you, the customer. Most of the laws are right now are geared in favor of the government and various enforcement agencies and making those exchanges comply with them. In fact, I think Uphold is tied into FinCEN and other agencies, and FinCEN is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Agency. So let's say, for example, I don't know, you make a large cash deposit. That could put a flag in FinCEN. FinCEN sends the flag over to Uphold. Boom, Uphold sends you a thing and locks up your account. I'm not exactly sure of how that works, but that's a top view of it anyway. And that could have been some of my reasons because my issues. I just recently made a couple large cash deposits that were a little bit abnormal for that account, and they may have flagged it for that reason. But still, my account's been locked up for 4 weeks, folks. 4 weeks. Now, in all fairness, they do have to comply with the law, and that's certainly understandable. But we need to remind them that if we can't trust you, we can't use you. We can't allow these exchanges to get a wild hair and lock up your funds until God knows when. We just cannot allow that to happen. So what do I need from you? Well, I think we should establish an agreement with these exchanges that they cannot suspend access to our funds for a period of more than 7 days without probable cause and a case docket number from another agency, and they need to provide that to you when they do this. If they can't get their investigation done within 7 days, then they need to release your funds. Period. Full stop. We cannot allow them to hang us out to dry for an unspecified period of time. So I'm calling on the exchanges to update their terms of service to reflect this release period. You know, I want to remind you folks, you have no access. You have no access to your funds. You have no reason for not having access to your funds. And you have no time frame to which your funds will be ever released. You don't know when it's going to happen. So this is just not acceptable. It's not a good way to do business. You know, exchanges do provide a valuable service, and we do want to do business with them, obviously, but we need to let them know that we're not going to take their bullshit, okay? So if it's one thing I've learned, especially lately with these 10,000 trucks going to Ottawa, Canada to protest mandates, is when people unite, we can get things done. You know, one truck out there protesting those mandates in Canada wouldn't get a thing done. But they've got 10,000 units out there and 50,000 people, and they're getting things done. Something's going to happen, right? So how can you help? Well, just like or retweet or share this video. But the key here when you do that is to tag these exchanges when you share it. We need to put them on notice that we're not going to give them the opportunity to hold our funds hostage without providing us with any recourse whatsoever. And if you can, you know, if they can't find a balance between customer service and government compliance, then I would say we have some work to do. And that's what we're doing right now. So, you know, so that they understand that there's a line in the sand, and if they cross it, we're not going to take it lying down. So anyway, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at BullRunBoys. Thanks a lot, folks. Peace out.